terebinth, their
For more help with religious and
terebinth
biblical
tree,
words, check out
and
our full
his head caught in the terebinth. So he was left hanging between heaven and earth, and the moon which was under him went on. Verse 10. Now, Carton. Creighton. Certain man saw it and told Joab and said, I just saw Absalom hanging in a terebinth tree. Verse 11. So Joab said to the man who told him, you just saw him, and why did you not strike him there to the ground? I would have given you 10 sticks of silver and a belt. Verse 12. But the man said to Joab, though I were to receive 1,000 sticks of silver in my hand, I would not raise my hand against the king's son, for in our hearing the king command you and
Welcome to Pronounce American. Curious about how to pronounce this word? Here's how you say it. This word is pronounced as Abishai.
Abishai and Ittite, be saying, beware lest anyone touch the young man Absalom. Verse 13. Otherwise I would have dealt falsely against my own life, for there is nothing hidden from the king, and you yourself would have set yourself against me. Verse 14. Then Joab said, I cannot linger with you.
Linger.
Look at that. Thank you, Holy Spirit. With you. And he took 3 spears in his hand and thrust them through Absalom's heart while he was still alive in the midst of the terebinth tree. Verse 15. And 10 young men who bear Joab's armor surround Absalom and struck and killed him. Verse 16. So Joab blew the trumpet, and the people returned from perishing. Excuse me. Pursuing Israel.
pursuing.
For Joab held back the people. Verse 17. And they took Absalom and cast him into a large pit in the woods, and laid a very large heap of stones over him. Then all Israel fled, everyone to his tent. Verse 18. Now Absalom in his lifetime had taken and set up a pillar for himself, which is in the king's valley, for he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. He called the pillar after his own name, and to this day it is called Absalom's mountain. Verse 19. Then
How to pronounce Ahimaaz.
Ahimaaz, the son of
How to pronounce Zadok.
Zadok said, let me run
Zadok.
down and take the news to the king, how the Lord has avenged him of his enemies. Verse 20. And Jehoram said to him, You shall not take the news this day, for you shall take the news another day. But today you shall take no news, because the king's son is dead. Verse 21. Then Jehoram said to the
How to pronounce Cushite.
Cushite, go tell the king what you have seen. So the Cushite bowed himself to Jehoram and ran. Verse 22. And Amos,
How to pronounce Ahimaaz.
Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok.
How to pronounce Zadok.
Zadok said again to Joab, But whatever happens, please let me also run after the Cusans.
Thanks to early detection.
How to pronounce Cushite.
Cushites.
Cush.
I don't know why I said Cushions. Cushites. So Joab said, Why will you run, my son, since you have no news ready? Verse 23. But whatever happens, he said, Let me run. So he said to him, Run and
How to pronounce Ahimaaz.
Ahimaaz ran by way of the palm and outran the I know I just said it. Come on. Holy Spirit, please help me. Oh, Father. Holy Spirit. Cushite.
Did you hear? All Domino's pizzas are half off. No
Now
matter how you order.
was in
But it's this week
between
only, so y'all better get going.
the two gates and
Notification.com
the
presents
watchman.
How to pronounce Cushite.
Nice. Went up to the roof over the gates to the wall, lifted up his eyes and looked, and there was a man running alone. Verse 25. Then the watchman cried out and told the king, and the king said, If he is alone, there is news in his mouth. And he came, rapidly I was trying to say that rapidly and draw near. Verse 26. Then the watchman saw another man running, and the watchman called to the gatekeeper and said, There is another man running alone. And the king said, He also brings news. Verse 27. So the watchman said, I think the running of the first is like the running of
How to pronounce Ahimaaz.
Ahimaaz, the son of Look what we do.
How
That
to
yawning in the name of Jesus.
Zadok.
Zadok, and the
Zadok.
king said, He is a good man and comes with good news. Verse 28. So Ahimaaz
How to pronounce Ahimaaz.